Hey, what's up everybody? This is Ahmed, and this is Yassine DIY. This is going to be the new channel that I'm starting. We're going to be doing a lot of do-it-yourself work, mainly focused on automotive work, but we're also going to be doing some bike projects and some house projects and odd ends here and there. Today, alongside the intro, we're also going to be doing an oil change on my 1997 E36. I'm going to show you guys how to do it, what tools you'll need, and the best and most efficient way to get it done. So alongside with the work that I'm going to be showing you guys today, I'm really looking for feedback on this video. I really want to know what you guys like, what you guys don't like. This is going to be mainly focused on the work being done, but I also want to be really informative and explain the steps that I'm doing. Let me know what you like to see, if some project recommendations. Still rotating a lot of video ideas in my head for the future, but I would love to definitely hear some feedback. So without further ado, if you've watched this far, thank you already, but we're gonna get started with the oil change. Yeah. What you see in front of you is pretty much all you're gonna need to do this oil change at home. The US spec E36 1997 2.8 liter, this is the 328 IS, uses between 6.5 to 6.7 quarts. So right over here we have a 5-quart jug, and then right over here we have 2 quarts. So probably going to use 1.5 of these depending on how much we drain out. Now just a piece of advice, I started the car and ran it for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'm letting it cool down for about another 20 to 25 minutes. That's going to make the engine oil come out much smoother because it's going to be a little bit hotter, and it's going to make you drain out more of that old engine oil. For this particular car, we're going to need a 36mm socket for the oil filter housing, and you're going to need either a 17 or a 19mm socket for the drain pan bolt. Now, I believe my car is the 17, so we'll see which one it is. And 2 wrenches, nothing too crazy. A filter, this comes with the O-ring as well that we're going to be installing in the filter. Some microfiber towels because spills will happen in an oil change. And some gloves because you just want to stay clean and keep our hands from the oil. And also you're going to need a drain pan. This one I picked off, I think off of Amazon, and it's a 15-quart capacity. I already have some oil in here, but it's going to be more than sufficient for our needs. So yeah, let's get started. All right, got my gloves on, we're good to go. First step is going to be to raise the car up a little bit so we get to the oil pan drain bolt, and I also popped the hood. So let's get started. Now this is a low profile jack, so I can actually get underneath this car. You don't need one, but it is nice to have one. And I'm just going to be raising the car up from the cross member. Alright, let's make sure I have good contact with it. Yeah, there we go. Alright, and that seems like a pretty good height. I'm gonna grab my jack stands and put them with the car, underneath the car. So we got the jack stands. I'm gonna go ahead and put them on each side. And we're gonna have to go a little bit higher. And that's where we want it. Grab the other and put it on the other side. And I'm just putting these on the first notch. We don't need it to be crazy high. We just have to be able to get our hand underneath the car pretty much. And that seems good to me. We're gonna slowly drop the car and make sure we're aligned with the jack stands. All right, I'm gonna lock it back and just check. And I don't like that. We're gonna go up just a little bit more again. All right, and I think it's sitting well from both sides. And underneath, just for safety. And we're gonna give the car a little bit of a push. Just make sure nothing is moving. All right, that's how you get the car jacked up. All right, now we got the car jacked up. We're gonna open the pop the hood. Almost said trunk. That is not what we're doing. Now, if you guys can see it, I'll get you closer in. Right over here, this is your oil filter housing, and this is what you're gonna use your 36mm socket on it and your wrench. And make sure that's good. Now you want to open this one up first before you open the drain bolt, because the air coming in through here will actually allow the oil to drain out a little bit faster and more efficiently as well. All right. Okay, now you want to be careful with this because you don't want to strip it. Just try to find. There we go. Before I take it off, this is where I want to get my microfiber. I just want to put it around. All right. I'm also opening up my drain pan. That is directly where I'm going to be placing the filter once it comes off. All right. Just be careful here. There we go. There we go, guys. That's the old filter. My oil is really dirty, but it doesn't look too bad. I am a little bit late. I'm like 2 to 3 weeks late, and the car's just been sitting for the past, what, 2.5 months without really even getting driven. So we definitely need to get this oil out and get some new in. All right, guys, so that bolt you see in the center, right up here above my fingertip, that's going to be the oil pan drain bolt. So first we are going to get our drain pan. Bear with me for a second. I'm going to slide that over to where it's underneath it. It's going to shoot out like here. I'll probably put it right over here, and then just gonna keep this next to it like that. Now, like I said, I'm pretty sure mine is a 17. We're about to find out for sure if it is or not. All right, so I have my 17 right over here. Okay, just like that. All right. Now I'm going to try my best to not block your view, so I really hope you're able to see this clearly, but not much to it. This bolt isn't really on very tight either, and all right, gotta make sure to switch it. Okay, now we're gonna pop it. Okay, maybe it is on a little bit tighter than what I thought. Let me get it a little more leverage on it. There we go. That's all it needs. If you have a drain pan that doesn't have this like cover or filter on it, be careful of dropping your bolt in, but then you have to go digging through oil. But that shouldn't be a problem here. Okay, it's almost out. Okay, there we go. Nice. Predicted that pretty smoothly. A little bit of a drop over here. So anyways, this is gonna drain out. We're gonna let it do its thing, and I'm gonna move the camera over to the next spot over. Now once it fully drains out, you do wanna cap it back, so just keep that in mind. I'm reusing my bolt. You can use a new bolt, especially if you see any threads loose or if it's becoming worn. But for me, the bolt is pretty good. Actually, it has been replaced before. It's not the original, but it's pretty good, so we're gonna keep it. Okay, so it's finished draining. You can tell there's barely anything coming out now, so we're just gonna take this, clean it up a little bit. I want to make sure there's no dirt or grime over there. All right, now we're gonna get our bolt, make sure the washer is in there, and mine is. It's on. Oh, we're gonna slide that back. Okay. Some people might ask, what's the torque on that? I should give you a number, but I'm not giving you a number because I don't torque my oil pan bolt. The reason for that is this is very easy to crack if you over tighten it, and pretty expensive to replace if you do. So I'd rather not deal with that. Oops. All right. All right, so now it's tight. Let's give it one more for good measure. And that's tight, that's good. Let's move on to the next part. This is our old filter housing and filter. So we're gonna be taking this off and replacing it with a new. This is an OEM Mon filter. I highly recommend using OEM filters. I used to get them from the dealer, but this one I just got with another order, so figured I'd get this one. They're available everywhere. Take that off. And we're gonna take our towel and just kind of clean off some of the old oil as well. Don't really want that in there. Okay. And that seems pretty good to me. We're gonna take our new filter. And our new O-ring. They did give us a washer as well to use with the bolt, but I'll just use it as a spare if I need to. I didn't need to on that one. Okay. Oops. Pick that up later. You want to take off the old O-ring, and sometimes it helps to have something to kind of take it off. Okay, there we go. That's the old O-ring. Put that off to the side. And we're gonna get the new O-ring. Now you want to lube this with the new oil that you're gonna be using. And that's just gonna ensure you don't need too much. Just take a little bit with your finger and just kind of run it through. It'll clean it and it'll make sure it seals really well once it's in the housing. Okay, that seems really good to me. Now this process might be a little bit different for your car, but highly recommend looking up the specifics about your car and seeing how your oil filter works. They're not all the same. But this is pretty standard for the E36 BMWs. Okay. And that's solid. Now we can insert our filter in. And it's gonna be this side facing down, doesn't really matter though. All right. And that's ready to install. So we'll see you back in the engine bay. Gonna reinstall our filter. Just want to give it a little push down, and then from there it should go on smoothly. All right. I'm gonna start getting some resistance right over here. Gonna take mine, clean it. Okay. Again, your 36 millimeter. Switch it. This is plastic. You don't want to over torque it as well. Just nice, snug, tight. That's all you need. And make sure it's sitting good. That's good. So now we just got to fill it back up. Now I think earlier I said 6.5, 6.7. I think it's more like 6.5, 6.9. You can measure what you took out of the car and then add that exact amount in, but that's too much for an oil change. We don't need to do all that. I also forgot to mention, a funnel is really useful so that you don't get oil all over your engine bay. I'm gonna fill right from here. Again, as with everything else we did today, we are taking precautions. Okay. And we're gonna start off with the big 5-quart jug, which is about 4.73 liters. There we go. All right, now we gotta start pouring in the engine oil. Just be careful in the beginning. There we go. And since I poured in a little bit, I'm just gonna make sure my bolt on the bottom is good. And it looks like we're good to go. You don't want to pour in all this new oil and then lose it because you forgot to tighten the bolt. This is pretty much empty, but we're gonna make sure we get every last drop. This is good. Gotta take that down. So now we have 5 quarts in there. We're gonna add another one. Ooh. Saw that, almost slipped out. Okay. Now we should have 6, maybe like 6.1, 6.2. So this is where we're going to be careful here. We don't want to pour all of this because then it'll be too much, but we also don't want to pour too little. So we're going to pour we're going to start with half and then go from there. And we're right under half. So that's about 6.6 in the car right now. Like I said, it's anywhere from like 6.5, 6.9. So we're gonna check our dipstick. Clean it off, put it back in, take it out. And we're actually good. trying to see if you can get a good idea. And we are a little bit overfilled, but I think it's not too bad because the car currently is tilted. So once we get it back on level ground, we're gonna check it again. But for now, we're gonna stop. I'm gonna call that filled enough. Once we get it back on the ground and we're gonna check it again, we'll see where we're at. If we're at a little bit more, I might take a little bit out, but we should be okay. So you don't want to overfill your engine, but you also don't want to underfill your engine. Neither are great. Put the cap on. Okay. Look what I just found. This is the washer that is supposed to go on the oil pan drain bolt. And forgot to put it back. I totally thought it was on. So now we actually have to, we're gonna have to reopen the bolt, get the washer back on, and close it back up without hopefully losing too much oil. And then we're gonna have to refill again. So pretty much doing the job twice without the filter. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Like I said, there's gonna be some mistakes along the way, and I was hoping this wouldn't happen, but here it is. And since it's already off, we're gonna use the new one they gave us too. This is what I get for not doing it properly. Okay, so not too bad. We pretty much did it again. I did not lose much at all, so I was really happy with that. We got the washer on there. Would I have been fine without it? Probably. Should I have definitely done it correctly in the first time and not forgotten the washer? Definitely. So not too bad. Let's check it again and see where we're at, how much we lost, if any. We were a little bit overfilled anyway, so it's fine. I probably would have done that regardless of the washer situation or not. And we are actually right on the maximum. Yeah. So that's really good. That is, I don't know if, oh, you guys can't see. We are right on the maximum, right there. Those two little notches are minimum maximum. So once we get the car back on the ground, which is what we're gonna do right now, we will find out if we filled it to the correct level. We're pretty close to it. Okay, so now we're gonna use the jack, raise the car up a little bit so we can take off the jack stands from the sides. While you're underneath the car, you might as well take a look and check in everything, make sure there's no leaks. I have a power steering leak, and I think so does every other E36 owner out there. So that's going to be a future video for sure. Okay. Again, slowly, best as you can. Lower in the car. And we seem to be right on the line. I'm gonna add just a little bit. We're actually right under the line. You might not be able to see it that well, but we're like right underneath it. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more and check it again. So that was it. I'm gonna show you guys how to reset your oil change light if that comes on. Mine isn't on because technically I'm not at the mileage. I'm just doing it by date and time. But I'm still gonna reset it just so the computer knows, like, hey, we just did an oil change today. All right, so the last part we're gonna show is gonna be resetting your check engine oil light, your change oil light pretty much. I don't have mine on, but we're gonna go inside the car. What we're gonna do is gonna put the key in the second position. So 1, 2, okay. And usually it'll pop up with change oil right on the dash right there. So we're gonna keep it in the second position. And we're gonna go back. And right over here, this is connected to your onboard computer. So you wanna open this cap up. And first, I should tell you, there is a actual device you can buy and do this, but we're doing this cheap at home. So if you have a little copper wire sitting at home, cut off two ends of it and make sure there's good enough area for contact. And basically we're gonna be jumping two terminals together. And it's very simple. This is literally what the device that you would buy does anyway. So this is not gonna harm your car or anything like that. For the check engine oil light, you're gonna wanna find, all these pins are numbered. So there's small numbers right around. Like I think this is 19, that's 20, it's 14. You wanna find pin number 7, which is 6-7. It's the one in the back over here. I'm not sure if you can see it all too well. It's that one right there. So you want to find pin number 7 and pin number 19, which if we do, let's see, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, it's the one right over here. And basically what you're going to want to do, you want to go into pin number 7, and then you want to go into pin number 19, and you want to hold here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and out. And that should be resetting your check engine, your change oil light. So that's all you have to do. It's very simple, very easy. I wish I can show it to you guys, but like I said, I changed my oil based on time, not the actual engine internal timeline with the mileage. So that's all good. Come back to your car. You can turn it on, and if you turn it off and then turn it back on, we're actually going to turn on the car as well right now. I don't have my check engine oil light, but I do have my check engine for the code I told you guys about. I don't have my oil change light, but yours should be reset. So we're going to let the car run for a little bit. We're going to make sure that we're not leaking anywhere. You guys hear that ticking? That's my sensor. That's going to be replaced soon. And everything looks pretty good. That's the bolt right there. And that looks good as well. So guys, that's the oil change for an E36 1997. All right, guys, so that was the oil change on my 1997 BMW E36. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, especially if you made it out this far into the video. I am making a promise to you guys that I'm going to reply to every single comment you guys put. I would appreciate any likes, dislikes. Tell me what's working, tell me what's not. I really want to know, because this is really my first time even doing something like this. So I would honestly really appreciate the feedback. And let me know what content you guys want to see. I'm gonna be doing more car stuff soon, for sure. I'm also gonna be doing more bike stuff very soon. Bicycle, not a motorcycle, not yet. But yeah, thanks again for watching. This has been Ahmed from Yassine DIY, and see you guys next time.